Thunder is the part of us that dares to show up. It is the bold archetype of awakening. It does not wait for permission. It does not ask for an invitation. Thunder simply arrives, full of its own powerful energy. This archetype embodies courage in its purest form. It is the spark of originality that creates something from nothing. It is the strength to stand alone, not out of loneliness, but out of a deep and unwavering connection to one's own inner truth. Thunder is the voice that says, "I am here, and I have something to offer." It trusts its own power. It acts from a place of authenticity, driven by a force that comes from within, not from the expectations of the world outside. This archetype is not about being the loudest person in the room. It is about being the most true. Thunder's strength comes from its singularity, its willingness to be the first to move. It is the pioneer, the trailblazer, the one who steps onto the unmarked path because the path itself is calling. This is not rebellion for the sake of rebellion. It is an alignment with a deep, internal purpose. Thunder understands that to create, to innovate, or to lead, one must be willing to act on one's own authority. It's about having the courage to trust your own instincts, even when no one else understands or agrees. This is the essence of its bold and solitary nature. We all have access to this energy. It lives within us as a potential for great courage and creativity. It is the feeling you get right before you take a big risk, the one that feels both terrifying and exhilarating. Think of the artist facing a blank canvas, the entrepreneur launching a new venture with no guarantee of success, or the speaker stepping onto a stage to share a vulnerable story. These are all acts of thunder. They are moments where we choose to let our inner power become visible and audible in the world. This archetype reminds us that our unique contribution matters, and that we have the strength to bring it forward. The call of thunder is a call to be brave. It is a summons to step out of the shadows of doubt and into the light of our own capabilities. It asks us to stop waiting for the perfect moment, and to make the moment perfect by acting. It is about embracing our own originality, even if it makes us feel different or exposed. Thunder is the archetype that teaches us that our power is not something we need to find outside of ourselves. It is something we already possess. We just need to have the courage to unleash it, to let it roll across the landscape of our lives and announce our presence with conviction and with heart. Fear is a universal human experience. We all feel it. The Thunder archetype, however, has a unique relationship with fear. It does not ignore it. It does not pretend it isn't there. Instead, Thunder uses fear as fuel. It sees fear not as a stop sign but as a starting pistol. It's the signal that something important is at stake, that we are standing on the edge of growth. When we feel that knot in our stomach, that quickening of our pulse, Thunder recognizes it as the energy needed for a bold move. It transforms the nervous energy of anxiety into the focused power of deliberate action. This is the alchemy of courage. The process is simple, but it is not easy. It involves acknowledging the fear, feeling it fully, and then choosing to move forward anyway. Thunder teaches us that courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act in spite of it. Every great leap begins with a moment of hesitation, a moment where fear whispers all the reasons we might fail. Thunder hears that whisper and answers with a resounding step forward. It understands that inaction is often the greater risk. Staying stuck, staying small, staying silent, these are the true dangers. Fear is simply the price of admission for a life of meaning and purpose. Think about a time you had to do something that scared you. Maybe it was speaking up in a meeting, ending a relationship that was no longer serving you, or moving to a new city. The fear was real. The what-ifs were loud. But if you moved through it, you tapped into your thunder. You took that raw, chaotic energy of fear and you channeled it into a single, decisive action. On the other side of that action, you found not catastrophe, but a new level of strength and self-awareness. You learned that you were more capable than you believed. This is how Thunder builds our capacity for bravery, one scary, courageous step at a time. This is the engine that drives us forward. Fear provides the tension, and action provides the release. Without the initial fear, the subsequent action would not feel so powerful or transformative. Thunder invites us to reframe our relationship with fear. Instead of seeing it as an enemy to be conquered, we can see it as a partner in our growth. It is the resistance that makes us stronger. It is the darkness that makes the light of our courage shine so brightly. When we learn to turn our fear into fuel, we become unstoppable. We become the force that moves our own lives forward with purpose and with power. Sometimes we fall asleep in our own lives. We go through the motions, follow the script, and forget the magic of being alive. The thunder archetype is the force that shocks us awake. It arrives not with malice or cruelty but with an undeniable jolt of energy that disrupts the status quo. This shock is not meant to harm, it is meant to illuminate. It is like a sudden flash of lightning that reveals the entire landscape for a brief, stunning moment. In that moment, we see things as they truly are. We see the patterns we are stuck in, the beliefs that are holding us back, and the possibilities we have been ignoring. This awakening can be uncomfortable. It can feel disruptive and unsettling. When thunder rolls through our lives, it shakes the foundations of our comfortable reality. A sudden job loss, an unexpected diagnosis, or a challenging conversation can all feel like devastating blows. But from the perspective of the thunder archetype, these are moments of grace. They are invitations to wake up and pay attention. They are opportunities to shed what is no longer working and to step into a more authentic way of being. The shock is a gift, even if it comes in painful wrapping paper. It forces us to grow. The energy of thunder is natural and spontaneous. It does not calculate its impact, it simply is. When a person embodies this archetype, they might say something so honest it takes everyone's breath away. They might create a piece of art so original it changes the way people see the world. They might take an action so brave it inspires others to be brave too. This is not about trying to be provocative or controversial. It is the natural result of living from a place of deep, unfiltered authenticity. The shock they create is a byproduct of their truth, a ripple effect of their courage that wakes up everyone around them. Ultimately, the shock of awakening is a jolt of pure possibility. It breaks the spell of complacency and reminds us that life is dynamic, vibrant, and full of potential. It cracks open the shell of our old self to make room for a new, more expansive version to emerge. While the initial experience can be jarring, the long-term effect is one of liberation. We are freed from the ruts we were in and are given a chance to choose a new direction. Thunder's shock is an act of love, a powerful reminder that we are here to be fully awake, fully alive, and fully engaged with the beautiful, messy, unpredictable journey of life. Thunder does not act alone. Its bold, powerful energy finds its perfect partner in the quiet, knowing wisdom of the intuitive archetype. If thunder is the lightning, intuition is the deep, silent sky that holds it. Together, they create a powerful synergy for conscious growth and mindful living. Thunder provides the impetus for action, the courage to move forward, and the energy to make things happen. It is the force that breaks through barriers and initiates change. It is decisive and direct, ready to face any challenge head-on. Without intuition, however, Thunder's energy could become reckless or overwhelming. The intuitive archetype provides the guidance, the discernment, and the inner compass. It is the quiet voice within that says, "Now is the time," or "Wait, there is a better way." It senses the subtle energies of a situation and understands the unspoken needs of others. Intuition grounds Thunder's explosive power in wisdom and compassion. It ensures that the actions we take are not just bold, but also aligned with our deepest values and the greater good. This partnership is a dance between doing and being, between speaking out and listening deeply. It is the balance that allows for powerful, sustainable transformation. This dance is especially crucial in parenting. A parent often needs the energy of Thunder to set clear boundaries, to advocate for their child, and to make difficult decisions with confidence. They need the courage to say no and to hold the line with love, even when their child is upset. This is Thunder's strength. But a parent also needs the gentle wisdom of the intuitive. They need to be able to sense their child's underlying feelings, to listen to what is not being said, and to respond with empathy and presence. This is where the intuitive archetype provides the calm and clarity needed to navigate the complexities of raising a human being. When a parent can access both Thunder and intuition, they create a safe and nurturing environment for their child to thrive. The child learns that boundaries are a form of love, and that their feelings will be heard and respected. The parent, in turn, learns to trust their own inner authority, Thunder, while staying deeply connected to their child's heart, intuition. This beautiful partnership allows both parent and child to grow together. It transforms the challenges of parenting into opportunities for deeper connection, greater understanding, and a more conscious, loving family dynamic. The bold action of Thunder, guided by the gentle hand of intuition, creates a space where everyone can flourish. Every archetype has a shadow, a less developed side that can emerge when its energy is blocked or misunderstood. For the powerful thunder archetype, this shadow often shows up as agitation, restlessness, and anxiety. It's really like the feeling of a storm brewing inside with no way to be released. When we feel the call to act, to speak our truth, or to create something new, but we suppress it out of fear or self-doubt, well, that potent energy has to go somewhere. It turns inward, creating a state of internal turmoil. We might feel irritable, on edge, or just constantly unsettled without even knowing why. But this agitation is not a character flaw. It is actually a signpost. It's a message from our deepest self that something is out of alignment. The energy of thunder is meant to move outward into the world through action and expression. When we hold it back, it's like capping a volcano. The pressure just builds and builds, leading to anxiety, frustration, and a sense of being stuck. We might find ourselves picking fights, endlessly scrolling on our phones, or, engaging in other numbing behaviors to avoid the discomfort of our own unexpressed power. This shadow is simply thunder's energy knocking on the door of our consciousness, asking to be let out. The key to working with this shadow is to see the agitation not as the problem, but as a clue to the solution. Instead of trying to medicate or suppress the anxiety, we can get curious about it. We can ask ourselves, what action am I avoiding? What truth am I not speaking? What creative impulse am I ignoring? The restlessness is pointing us toward the very thing we need to do to feel whole again. It's guiding us back to our own power. The path out of the shadow is not to become less like thunder, but to become more like it in a conscious and intentional way. By learning to read these internal signals, we can actually use the shadow for our personal growth. When we feel that familiar hum of anxiety, we can pause and listen. The agitation becomes a call to courage. It's really an invitation to take one small, bold step in the direction of our truth. Maybe it's making that phone call we've been dreading, starting to write the first page of a book, or simply stating our needs clearly to a loved one. Each time we answer the call and release that pent-up energy through positive action, the shadow recedes. The agitation transforms back into its original form, the clear, powerful, and life-affirming energy of thunder. The positive expression of the thunder archetype is initiative. It is, honestly, the courage to begin. So much of our lives can be spent waiting for permission, waiting for the right time, waiting for someone else to go first. Thunder teaches us that the power to start is within us, right now. Initiative is the act of taking that first step into the unknown, driven by an inner conviction. It's not about having all the answers or a perfect plan. It's about trusting that the act of beginning will illuminate the path forward. The first step is what creates the momentum for all the steps that follow. Taking initiative is an act of profound self-trust. It's a declaration that our ideas, our voice, and our contributions matter. When we dare to begin, we are betting on ourselves. This could look like volunteering for a challenging project at work, organizing a community event, or starting a difficult but necessary conversation. In each case, we are stepping out of the role of a passive observer and into the role of an active creator of our own reality. This shift is fundamental to awakening. It is the moment we realize we are not just characters in a story written by someone else. We are the authors of our own lives. This act of beginning often leads to a new and deeper understanding. We can theorize and plan forever, but true clarity comes from engagement. When we take action, we get feedback from the world. We learn what works and what doesn't. We discover strengths we didn't know we had and encounter challenges that force us to grow. Initiative is the gateway to experiential wisdom. It moves us from the realm of ideas into the realm of lived experience where true learning and transformation happen. Each time we take initiative, we expand our capacity and build our confidence for the next beginning. The light of initiative is what sparks progress, both for ourselves and for the collective. Every great movement, every invention, and every work of art started with one person's courage to begin. Thunder reminds us that we all have this capacity. We don't have to wait for a lightning bolt of inspiration from the heavens. We can be the lightning bolt. By daring to take that first step, we unleash a powerful creative force into the world. We awaken not only ourselves but also those around us to the possibility of what can be created when we have the courage to simply begin. The power of thunder in parenting is not always a loud clap. Often its most profound expression is a gentle, steady rumble of presence. This means showing up for our children with our full attention, creating a space where they feel seen, heard, and safe. In our chaotic, distraction-filled world, being fully present is a radical act of love. It requires the courage of Thunder to put down the phone, to turn off the mental to-do list, and to simply be with our child. This presence is a firm boundary against the outside world, a protective circle where connection can flourish. This gentle rumble is about holding a calm and clear energy, even when our children are in the midst of their own emotional storms. When a child is having a tantrum or expressing big, difficult feelings, our instinct might be to fix it, quiet it, or run from it. The Thunder archetype, when balanced with intuition, gives us the strength to stay. It allows us to be the calm anchor in their turbulent sea. We don't have to get swept away by their anger or fear, we can simply be present with them, letting them know with our steady presence that their feelings are acceptable and that they are not alone. This form of presence is deeply reassuring for a child. It teaches them that all of their emotions are welcome, and that they have a safe harbor to return to. When we can meet their chaos with our calm, we are modeling emotional regulation in the most powerful way possible. We are showing them, not just telling them, how to handle life's storms. This is not about being a perfect, emotionless parent. It is about having the courage to be a present parent, one who can hold space for the messy reality of being human, for both themselves and their child. Ultimately, this gentle, present energy is a profound gift that fosters deep roots of security and self-worth in a child. It communicates more powerfully than any words. You matter. Your feelings matter. I am here with you. This is the courageous love of the Thunder archetype in its most nurturing form. It is not a shocking jolt, but a constant grounding presence that says, no matter how big the storm gets, I will not be shaken. We will get through this together. This steady, loving presence is the foundation upon which a child builds a lifetime of resilience and emotional well-being. Life is full of surprises. Just when we think we have everything figured out, a storm rolls in, the path takes an unexpected turn, or a sudden opportunity appears out of nowhere. Our natural tendency is often to resist these surprises. We want predictability, certainty, and control. The Thunder archetype, however, teaches us a different way. It invites us to embrace the unexpected as a gift. It understands that life's most profound growth and greatest joys often come not from our carefully laid plans but from the surprising detours along the way. Embracing the unexpected requires a deep sense of faith. It is the faith that even when things don't go according to plan, there is a deeper wisdom at play. It's trusting that the universe has our back, even when it feels like it's throwing us a curveball. This is not a passive resignation. It is an active and courageous engagement with reality as it is. Thunder gives us the strength to face a sudden change not with fear and resistance but with curiosity and openness. It asks, what is this here to teach me? What new possibility is opening up for me now? Think of a time when an unexpected event led to something wonderful. Perhaps a canceled trip led to a spontaneous and memorable adventure closer to home. Maybe a project that failed opened the door to a much better opportunity. These are moments when we are forced to let go of our attachments and surrender to the flow of life. The shock of the surprise, which initially feels like a problem, reveals itself to be a blessing in disguise. It's in these moments that we learn to be more flexible, more resilient, and more trusting in the unfolding journey of our lives. The gift of the unexpected is the gift of being fully alive. A life without surprises would be a flat and monotonous existence. The shocks, the turns, and the sudden flashes of insight are what give life its texture, its richness, and its meaning. The Thunder archetype encourages us to meet these moments with a brave and open heart. It reminds us that every surprise is an invitation to awaken, to grow, and to discover a part of ourselves we never knew existed. By learning to welcome life's surprises, we open ourselves up to a world of infinite possibility and profound, transformative grace. The ultimate lesson of the Thunder archetype is to trust yourself. It is a call to trust the powerful current of life that flows within you and through you. This means trusting your instincts even when they don't make logical sense. It means trusting your courage, even when you feel afraid. It means trusting your unique voice, even when it trembles. Thunder teaches us that our inner truth is our most reliable compass. When we learn to listen to it and act on it, we align ourselves with our deepest purpose. This trust is not blind, it is a deep knowing that comes from a place of authenticity and self-awareness. This trust is what allows us to meet life's challenges with faith instead of fear. When the storms of life inevitably arrive, we can see them not as punishments, but as opportunities. Each shock, each surprise, each moment of disruption is a chance to practice trusting ourselves more deeply. It is an opportunity to let go of our need for control and to surrender to a larger process of growth and awakening. Thunder's power is not about fighting against the current of life, but about learning to ride its powerful waves with skill, courage, and an open heart. This journey of trust leads to true and lasting change. The awakening that Thunder brings is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process of becoming more and more of who we truly are. It is a shedding of the layers of fear, doubt, and conditioning that have kept us small. With each act of courage, each moment of presence, and each embrace of the unexpected, we become more authentic, more powerful, and more free. We move from a life lived in reaction to the world to a life lived from the center of our own being. This is the path of awakening. So listen for the rumble of thunder within you. It is the call to be brave, to be original, and to be true. Trust the energy that wants to move through you. Let it turn your fear into action. Let it shock you awake to the beauty and possibility of your own life. Let its gentle presence ground you in love. By trusting this inner power, by meeting life's surprises with faith, and by having the courage to simply be yourself, you will unlock the door to your own profound awakening. You will learn to trust the current, knowing it is carrying you exactly where you need to go.